Hi, long time no see. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year. And I'm going to talk about our seventh continuing education class today. It's on Aromatouch technique. It's taken me a little bit of time to get set up. We got a new puppy for Christmas, and I've got my 3-year-old here. So can't guarantee that I won't have any disruptions, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that we can get through this without too much disruption. So before we get started, too, I also want to remind you, or if you don't know, invite you. We're going to have a night of relaxation on Friday, January the 26th, and it's going to be from 5:30 until 9 at the Boone County Library in Burlington. And during this night, you're going to actually get to watch a whole Aromatouch technique massage. So it's going to be the thing with the back and the feet. You're going to watch one, you're going to give one, you're going to get one. So you're going to learn how to do this technique hands-on. If you don't have all the Aromatouch technique oils that I'm going to talk about in this class, just bring what you've got. The big thing is that you just learn the techniques of it. And anybody can do the Aromatouch technique. You don't have to be a massage therapist like myself. It's very easy, and it's just a great way to get the oils into your family or your friends. It's a nice thing to do for them. And it's just a real good way to experience the oils. So that being said, I'm going to pull up a screen here with our PowerPoint. And we're working on it. There we go. We're going to start our slideshow from this point. Who's freezing right now? It's so cold outside. I'm going to shut this blind here. Things that I realize that are behind me. There we go. Things I notice when I'm looking at a computer. So we're going to talk, like I said, about our seventh continuing education class. So far, if you've been following the videos online, we've had the essential oil foundations. That was our first one, just kind of talking about where the oils come from, how some of them come from the flowers, some of them come from the roots, some of them come from the berries, from the resin of the plant, from the bark, that type of thing. The second class we talked about was the Daily Vitality class, and that continuing ed class talks a lot about the supplement line, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, your multivitamin, your omega-3s, your Alpha CRS, which is a antioxidant blend. Talked a little bit about, and weight control, we talked about the vitamins as well. We also talked a little bit about detoxing and the whole cleanse system that doTERRA has with the GX Assist. It's going to help to clean your gut out, and the probiotic to help put the good bacteria back into your system. If you didn't watch that one, or if you want to just review, because I know it's January, and a lot of people have that New Year's resolution of trying to kind of get back in control of their weight and start eating healthy again. So a good cleanse, there's my puppy, a good cleanse might be a great thing for you to do at the beginning of the year. I'm going to do that personally. I'm just waiting for my veggie caps to come in. So it's just good to kind of just clear everything out and start fresh. Class number 4 is the emotional health and mood management class. That's a great class. Talks about how the oils can affect your emotion, and how, especially the sense of smell that we have, using the oils aromatically can really help to change your mood. So if you missed that one, go back and watch that. Class number 5 was the Healthy Body and Spa. That class was a good class to just introduce you to the spa line that doTERRA has. They've got some scrubs, they've got some good lotions. They got a whole new skincare system for your face, anti-aging line. They just came out with in October. They kind of revamped it. Just lots of good stuff there. Hair care products. The body systems class was the next class we talked about. That was class number 6. And we just talked about how certain oils affect different systems. Some of the oils are great for all the systems, and some are just very specific to each, 1 or 2 body systems. So again, if you've missed those or you need to review those, they're on the Crazy Oiler webpage, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's saved onto the YouTube page, Zen Zone Online Wellness. So today we're going to talk about class 7, Introduction to Aromatouch Technique. So what is Aromatouch Technique? Aromatouch Technique is basically a systematic way for you to get the oils into your system, or into the person's system that you're working on. So it follows closely, if you do a lot of studying with alternative medicine, it follows the Chinese meridians, it follows certain body zones. It's there's actually a method to the madness. So it was designed for a reason, the way that you apply the oils. Remember that basically the thing is getting the oils in your system. And you can put an oil on any part of your body, just to reiterate. And in 30 seconds, it's going to be in your bloodstream. And in 30 minutes, it's going to be in every cell of your body. So that being said, you can't go wrong with this technique. You're getting the oils in them. It's going to feel really good because you're going to be rubbing somebody when you do this. So they're going to appreciate it no matter what. I was real intimidated when I first got into the massage business, and I would actually massage another massage therapist. I was always like, oh, they're gonna, know when I messed up, or they're gonna think, why'd you do that? But really, people just want you to touch them. We are so, you're watching this right now online, so we're so disconnected, unfortunately, with a lot of what we do nowadays. So the sense of touch is huge. So just somebody laying their hands on you and them touching you, or you doing that to somebody else, it's such a huge, good connection for you to get with that person. And a great way to introduce them to the oils. Even if you don't have these Aromatouch oils, you can use any oil on them. We'll talk about that at the end. So how does this work? So the Aromatouch technique has 4 different parts to it. There's a method, like I said. The first part is stress management. There's 2 oils associated with that: balance and lavender. So these oils are going to help just calm the participant down, just let them relax, let them chill out. What you would do with these oils is just drop them 1 drop at a time, kind of like rain, like water on their back. You're going to drop them. And I usually do 3 to 5. It depends on how tall the person is. Drops on the spine. You can start with the balance and then follow through with the lavender. We'll talk about the techniques in a minute. The immune support is going to be the second part of this technique then. So the first thing you want to do is get somebody to relax. Then you want to help to boost their immune system. So we're going to use the Melaleuca oil, and we're going to use the On Guard blend. So both of those are really good for boosting the immune system. As you know, tea tree is great, or Melaleuca is great for a wide variety of things. It's great to for just infections and illnesses and yucks, and I clean with it sometimes, or a lot of the time. Just really good for your immune system. And On Guard's the protective blend that doTERRA has, and it's that really good blend that's really good to help boost your immune system. It's got clove, cinnamon, which is a good antiviral. Clove's the number, like, up there, and the #1 antioxidant, I believe. It's got thyme, oregano is really good to fight infection. So it's a real good blend that doTERRA has. So you're going to use those 2 oils on the person when you're doing the Aromatouch technique for the second step of immune support. And the third step is going to be the inflammatory response. So with that one, you're going to use Aromatouch, which is actually the massage blend. You might not be as familiar with that one. And I did get all the oils. I have them here behind my computer, I think. Yes, they are here. So nice close up there on the screen if you're looking at me. So let me pull those oils around. They're hidden behind. The only oil that I don't have that I'm going to get with my order this month in January is the Deep Blue. I go through that Deep Blue oil quite frequently. So Aromatouch, I've just got a little one. I'm actually going to get a big bottle of this too. This was one of the free products of the month one. Free product of the month one time. So Aromatouch, I just wanted to get it out so I could tell you what's in there. It's got cypress, which is good for inflammation. It's got peppermint. It's got marjoram, which is great for pain. Basil's good for nerve pain. Grapefruit, lavender. So this is a great oil for inflammatory response, to reduce your inflammatory response. And Deep Blue, of course, that soothing blend is a great oil as well for the inflammatory response. Inflammation, let's go back to this one, can be really the root of a lot of different illnesses in our society. So if we can decrease the inflammatory response, not only are you going to feel better, you're not going to be so tight, you're not going to be so sore, but it's really going to help your overall health and well-being. So it's a really good thing to do. And then the fourth step to the Aromatouch technique is returning the body back to homeostasis. And if you're not sure, you've heard that word, you're not really sure what homeostasis is. Homeostasis is actually the balance between your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. So your parasympathetic nervous system is the part of your nervous system that calms you down. And that's like your rest and digest. That's where your body just kind of chills out. It's that balance. It's the calming part. And then the sympathetic nervous system is kind of like that go, go, go system. A lot of the times in our society, we are our sympathetic nervous system is way overworked. We're just go, go, going all the time. People are under a lot of stress. There's a lot going on. And so there's a lot of imbalance in that. So these two oils and the Aromatouch technique will help to bring back homeostasis to the body. So the first one is wild orange, which is one of my faves. I love it. And this one's actually one of the ones that's free this month. If you place an LRP order of 125 PV or more, which remember, if you're buying oils, PV is basically dollar for dollar for the oils. So if you buy $125 worth of oils, you're going to get the wild orange free this month. Also peppermint. You're going to use peppermint in this stage here too, the homeostasis stage. So both of those oils together just help to bring that body back to a balance. So to review, the first thing was to relax the person. The second one was you want to help to build their immune system. The third thing you want to do is help to reduce the inflammatory response. And the fourth thing you do in the Aromatouch technique is homeostasis. 4 stages, and those 4 stages, they each have 2 oils, okay? So if you want to kind of go back and look at the class we talked about, the body systems, it might be good to review that, because sometimes when if I do an Aromatouch technique on somebody, and I use these oils all the time in my massage, not necessarily doing an quote-unquote Aromatouch massage, but I'm using them all the time. But I do use certain oils if someone's got something going on. So you can look back at the body systems, and if someone's got some respiratory thing going on, you can pick something that might be better for that, or an endocrine issue, or whatever. So you can go back and review your body systems and the functions and the oils associated with them. And you can always add to or take out some oils and put some oils in for that, if you want to really customize to the person. So when you're talking about the Aromatouch technique, we talked about the oils you're going to use. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put all 8 of these oils on someone's back. And then you're going to put just 2, the last 2 for homeostasis, the wild orange and the peppermint, you're going to put them on the person's feet. So we're going to talk about the back first. You're going to spend most of the time on the back. The typical Aromatouch technique is going to take 45 minutes to an hour. So the back is broken down into zones. Zone 1 is going to be the closest to your spine, as you can see on the screen. Then you move out 2, 3, 4, 5. And these, if you do any kind of studying of the Chinese meridians, the whole energy system, these follow with those meridians. So what you would do with the oil is, let's say you're starting out with the balance blend, which is the grounding blend, one of my favorites. You would take this oil, you would drop it on the person's spine, like I said, 3 to 5 drops. And then you're going to take your hands. I like to use my fingers. You can take all 4 of your fingers, but 2 fingers is good. Start at their hips, and you're going to pull from their hips on either side of their spine up to the base of their skull, okay? You're going to do that a couple times. You're going to move out. You're going to do it on the second region. So you're just moving a little further out from the spine. Is there an exact science to it? No. You're just going to find the spine, go on either side, and keep moving out, okay? So you're going to do that a couple times from the hips all the way up. Sometimes they'll even go all the way up and then go across the shoulders, because people hold a lot of tension there, okay? You're going to go then move out to 3, to 4, and to 5. You're always starting at the hips and pulling that oil up and then rubbing it out. Now, the other thing that I did not mention yet is you've got your essential oil, but a lot of times with this technique, because you're rubbing somebody, you're doing a lot of touch on somebody, you're probably going to want a carrier oil. So I would get your coconut oil, your fractionated coconut oil, your grapeseed oil. If you don't have oil, just a non-scented lotion would work fine too. But you want to use something just to help get nice, smooth, fluid strokes when you're doing this on somebody's back. Also, you want to have that carrier oil just in case one of these gets a little hot. Sometimes On Guard can be kind of bothersome on people's skin because it does have some of the hot oils in it. And peppermint sometimes can be irritating. So if somebody ever has you're doing this and they get red, or they say something about the feeling really hot, you want to put a little bit more of that carrier oil, that fractionated coconut oil, or what you might have on them to kind of cool that down. So you would go through in that order those four stages or 4 parts of the Aromatouch massage, and you would do balance. You're going to do all these techniques with balance, and then you're going to do lavender, and then you're going to go through. So right now we're just talking about you pick your oil, you're going to do these things. So you're going to do the back zones. The other thing that's not on here is you do a little, what I call cross friction. So if you got your hands sitting perpendicular on someone's spine on their back, you're going to go like this, from the hip up to the shoulders, from the hip up to the shoulders. It just helps to get the oil in. So you got some side to side motion. You're doing the zones, the 5 zones on the back. And then the other thing, thinking off the top of my head, the other thing you're going to do is, a tissue pull. So you'll start at their hips and you'll kind of like take the tissue and pull it up. It feels real good. Again, if you want to really experience this, because this is really a hard thing to understand online watching a video, come to our class on Friday, the 26th of January. It's at the library. It's free. Bring the oils that you've got. You're going to watch somebody get one of these, or a bunch of people. You're going to give one, you're going to get one. So it's going to be great. You're going to get to experience it yourself, and you're going to get to learn how to do this on somebody else. Hands-on is really the key to this. So you've got the back, and then you're also going to use the feet, right? We're going to put the wild orange and the peppermint on the feet. So the feet are also broken down into zones. So if you look at the heel, that's going to be zone 1. The middle of the foot, like the arch, is 2. The ball of your foot's 3. And then much like the back, you've got the big toe is 1, and then moving over it's 2, 3, 4, and then finally the baby toe is 5. So when you're putting the wild orange and the peppermint on someone's foot, you'd put 1 drop on the foot, and then, you know, a lot of times I'll just take a couple strokes and just rub it in. And then you'd want to do the feet regions first. So rub it into the heel, do some rubbing in, and you can take your thumbs and just kind of pull it out, rub it in on the arch, rub it in on the ball of foot, and then you can do the zones again. So you're going to go from the heel up to the big toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do each a couple times. I just kind of do it how I feel. A lot of times when I'm doing those pulls, I do about 2 or 3 times on each section. So 2 or 3 times up on the 1, 2 or 3 times up on the 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to do wild orange, do these strokes on each foot. So you're going to put a drop of orange, do the first thing, the second thing, put a drop of orange on another foot, do the first thing, the second thing, go back and follow up with peppermint. So there is a whole Aromatouch certification you can go through. Like I said, we're going to actually teach a class the night of relaxation on the 26th. You're not really going to get certified doing this, but you're going to learn how to do this technique. And that's really all that you need to do. You're going to be doing this on your friends and your family. You're not going to be able to charge for this Aromatouch technique because unless you're a licensed massage therapist, you can't get paid to do this kind of thing. So the certification is not necessarily something you have to have. You just want to learn how to do these techniques. If you wanted to get really good and master it, you could do a certification every once in a while. Someone will come through town who is qualified to teach this and get you certified in the Aromatouch technique. But we're going to teach you how to do this yourself. You're going to get to learn. There's a whole Aromatouch technique kit that you can buy with doTERRA if you wanted to. And that kit comes with a DVD, and you can watch it. It'll show you, have something to kind of check back in on. And you can also find a lot of stuff on YouTube, really, if you look for the Aromatouch technique. So another thing people do a lot with the Aromatouch technique, it's really involved to do, obviously, the back and the feet. So Aromatouch hand technique is a really good way to introduce the oils to people. In fact, I've done some classes where I just taught people how to do this technique on each other, and it was real fun for everybody. Everybody enjoyed getting the massage on the hands, and it's a way to introduce them to the oils. And so if you're a sharer like I am, or you want to get into sharing more with your family and friends, you can have a little Aromatouch hand technique class, and you can teach them these techniques on their hands, and you can also do a little intro class at the beginning talking about how these oils help and what they help with. So, and I'm always up to helping with that. If you are interested in doing some kind of Aromatouch hand technique with your family and friends, I would be more than happy to come over and teach that class for you and have everybody teach them how to do the massage on the hands. So again, this is real hard to learn when you're trying to do a hands-on technique and you're watching it online, but the hand is much like the foot in the back. The thumb is zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the hand's a little different than the foot because it's set up differently. So Your thumb, that region's going to be 1. 2 is going to be more the pinky side, and 3 is going to be more up there by where the fingers start. And you can start wiggling around that top part of your hand. So like we did before, you would take whatever oil you're going to do. You can do these 8 oils that we use in the Aromatouch technique. You can use, one time I did it, I was dealing with some people that had a lot of arthritis issues, so we did cinnamon once because it's a hot oil that's good for bringing circulation in there. Plus, it's wintertime and people are, a lot of people are sick, so it was good antiviral. We did cinnamon and we did Siberian fir because that's real good for inflammation. I've done lemongrass before and black pepper for arthritis or whatever. And, maybe you want to just do something for relaxation. You just do some lavender and some balance or some peace, serenity, that type of thing. But you put the oil on the hand and you would do the regions first. You'd rub in 1, 2, and 3, and then you would do the kind of pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each hand, okay? If you're going to do this in a class setting, I usually let one person do it on somebody, and then they get to reverse, and they get it done on them, and then you switch again, so each hand is done. So I've mentioned before with the Aromatouch technique that there are 8 oils that are associated with the true Aromatouch technique. Lavender, Balance, Melaleuca, On Guard, Aromatouch Deep Blue, Wild Orange, and Peppermint. But you can also use any oil. Again, it's just a technique to get the oils in the system. You can use any oil on the person that you're working with, depending on how they're feeling and what's going on. So you might want to ask them how they're feeling. And before you get started, you can choose an oil that's going to address what's going on with them. So here's just a little example of some stuff. So if the support needed, let's say the person just needs whole body relaxation, then Balance is a great one to choose for that. If they've got any kind of respiratory discomfort, I would use Breathe. Stomach issues, I would use Digestin. Increased energy, so maybe it's winter time and it's been 0 and negative degrees like it has been this week. And people are just bleh. They might need some Citrus Bliss, the invigorating blend. To calm anxious feelings, you could use Serenity. For occasional head tension, Peppermint could be a choice that you would choose. Immune support, On Guard, healthy circulatory support, Deep Blue, or any kind of hot oil. To elevate the mood, you could use Elevation. To help reduce nervous tension, Rosemary is a good one for that. To uplift the mind, Wild Orange. Grounding and balancing emotions, you could use Patchouli. And always when I do these classes, I can never see what's at the bottom of the screen because my little menu is right over top of it. So whatever that is at the bottom of the screen, all I can see is an S. But then you can, if you're needing that support, then the oil there would be underneath the Patchouli there. So when you're doing the hand massage technique, there is kind of a, besides just putting oil on the hand, there's some things you want to do. So you want to get them to relax the wrist. So when you've got someone's hand, you're going to hold their hand with both of your hands, palm down. So you got the top of the hand. You got your thumbs on the top of the hand like you see in this picture. And you're just going to, sometimes people are so tight, I'll have to kind of wiggle their wrist around like this, flex and extend their wrist. Okay, so you're going to do a little wrist stretch, and then you're going to do a, this is part of your hand is called a dorsum, the top part of your hand. So you're just going to take your thumbs, you're going to pull and stretch the hand outward from the center. Then you would coat the palm with the oil that you're going to use. So whatever, put a drop or 2 on the hand and your carrier oil maybe, and you're going to do those, work the regions like we said. 1 being the thumb, 2 being the pinky side, 3 being the top. You're going to work the 3 regions, as you can see here with these pictures. And then you're going to work the 5 zones. So you're going to do, remember, thumb is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that, you're going to do inner phalanges or your fingers, if you don't know. You're going to do the inner phalange pull. So you'll actually go in between the fingers and just kind of stretch in between the fingers and pull. It feels really good. You can do it on your own hand, but it's way more nice if somebody else is doing it on you. So this would be, if you're watching this and you've got a willing partner, or if you've watched it and you want to find somebody to try this on, pull this class video up again and you can try this. So I just put the steps here in order. You're going to relax the wrist. You're going to stretch the top of the hand. You're going to apply the oils. You're going to work the regions. You're going to do the zones and then the inner phalange pulls. Again, I'd be happy to come demonstrate this to you, whether it's just you yourself or you want to do this in a little group. I'd be happy to do that. It's a great way to get the oils, let somebody experience the oils and get a nice hand massage at the same time. As always, at the end of our continuing education class, I always want to point out the LRP, or the Loyalty Rewards Program. It's an optional thing with doTERRA. A lot of people opt to do this because even if you're not into sharing and holding classes and hosting classes and stuff like that, a lot of people get so into the oils that you can benefit from the Loyalty Rewards Program because you actually earn money back. This is how you can get free products. So when you join this program, and you can join it at any time, you can join it as soon as you sign up with doTERRA. You can join it a year later. It doesn't matter, 2 years later. So as soon as you join the Loyalty Rewards Program, you're going to start earning money back. So for the first, second, and third month you're in this program, you're going to get 10% back for whatever your order is total. So if your order is $200, you're going to get $20 the next month in your cart that you can spend on products. After 3 months, so for the 4th, 5th, and 6th month, you'll earn 15% back. So if you're spending $100, you're going to get $15 back in your cart the next month. It'll be there in the form of points that you can use. 7, 8, 9, on those months, you're going to earn 20% back. So if you're spending $100, again, you're going to get $20 back. 10, 11, and 12, those months, you're going to earn 25% back. So again, you're just for easy math, you're spending $100, you get $25 back the next month. Now, you can let this pile up. So you can earn $10 in the first 3 months. Let's say if you spent $100, there's $30. Then for the next 3 months, you can earn $15 if you're spending $100. So there's 45 times plus 30, that's 75. Then you're spending, I'm just using 100. Again, for month 7th, 8th, and 9, then you're getting 20 back those times. So that's 60 plus the 75. You get the idea, right? So that's 135. Then you're going to do 25% on the 10th, 11th, and 12th month. So you can see, I mean, at the end of the year, you can earn a pretty decent amount of money. Even if you're just buying one thing a month, you can probably earn enough by the end of the year to get a free oil. I use this to get the more expensive oils. Most of the oils, as you know, or you might not know, are between the $10 and $30 range. But there are a handful that are a little bit more expensive. Frankincense, Immortelle, sandalwood, those type of things. So I will use my points to get those free oils if I can. So it's a really good program. You can join it at any time. You can stop it at any time, and then you can restart again if you want. The only thing I caution people on is if you're going to stop it, make sure you spend all your free money before you stop it, because once you stop it, you'll lose it. So make sure you spend your points first before you stop the program. But there's no minimum amount that you have to, or there's no minimum amount that you have to order on the Loyalty Rewards Program. You just have to order one thing a month. So like the On Guard toothpaste, I think is $7.50, something like that. So if you're using the toothpaste, you can order that every month, and that counts as an order. Then you've got some other things you want to get some month, you pile it in there. A lot of the citrus oils are about $10. So lemon, wild orange, grapefruit, that type of thing, and they're really good to put in your water. They're really good to energize you, to kind of de-stress you, to keep your lymph system moving right. Some of them help with detoxing. We just learned Aromatouch technique with the wild orange. It's going to help with homeostasis. So you just have to order something every month. You'll pick your date. If you have your order go out before the 15th, then you're eligible to earn the free product of the month, which this month I'd mentioned was wild orange. So if you spend $125 before the 15th of this month, or you make sure your order is 125 PV, which is personal volume, I think that stands for, then you're going to get a free wild orange. So just a real good way to get free products. You can earn the free product of the month every month if you want, or just save up points and get something free at a later date. Also, with this program, you're going to get your shipping back. So there's two choices right now. You can get like a faster shipping, which is $6.99, $7. If you choose that option, the next month they'll give you $7. There's also a little slower shipping rate that's $3.99. So $4 will be given back to you the next month if you choose that one. So you get the percentage of your order plus your shipping back when you do the LRP. And some of you might want to start earning your oils free every month. And the way you can do that is by sharing the oils. And I've pointed this out to people before. A lot of the times people start sharing oils with doTERRA accidentally. People get into it. 85% or so of the people with doTERRA are customers. They get into it. They love the oils. They use the oils on their family. They use them, on themselves. They just love the oils. Some people get into it and then unintentionally, they start sharing with their family. They start sharing with their friends because they realize these oils work, as you do, as you know probably. And so they want to share this with other people. That's how I kind of got into it. It's like someone has an ailment and I just want to try to fix it. I want to try to help. And this is such a nice way to do it, a natural way to do it. It's an easy thing to try, and it's not going to have the side effects that you're going to get from all those medications. So it's just kind of something that happens for some people. And if you choose to do that, if you start sharing your love of oils with your family and your friends, then you can actually earn money with doTERRA. So there's actually 5 ways you get paid. I'm just going to talk about 3 of them today. We have some mentor classes monthly, and then also periodically I'll have get-togethers with my builders, help mentor them and talk more about how you can share the right way and how the business part of doTERRA works. But we're going to talk about the 3 ways you can get paid. So the first thing that you want to know is there's a fast start bonus, and this is paid out weekly. So if I sign somebody up, let me get some water, with wild orange, lime, grapefruit, and peppermint. No, not peppermint. Wild orange, lime, grapefruit, and lemon. When you sign somebody up for oils, they have a fast start bonus. So what will happen is you'll get 20% of their order when they make their first order. Then whatever they order for the first 60 days, you're going to get 20% of that order. Now, let's say I signed my mama, okay? She's getting oils. My mom's got a friend, and she signed her friend up to get oils. Well, then I am going to earn 10% of what her friend orders, and my mom is going to get 20% of what her friend's ordering. Then let's say her friend Sally Sue found another friend who wants to order. Her friend orders. I get 5% of that order. My mom gets 10%. That girl that Sally Sue, she's going to get the 20%. See how it works? So you only go 3 deep, but you're going to earn that percentage back for the first 60 days that they are a member. Okay, it's a fast start bonus. So it's a nice way to get some money to kind of help offset the cost of your oils. Or not just offset the cost of your oils, but maybe even make a little bit of money to supplement your income. Or some people get crazy and, they totally turn things around and they're getting all of their income from doTERRA. We'll talk about that in a minute. So you can get a fast start bonus, and then there's also a Power of 3 team bonus. This is once you start building people up. You always want to kind of think groups of 3. Everything in doTERRA happens in 3s, okay? So I sign my mom. I'm just going to do this. My mom, my sister, and my brother. I don't have a brother. My mom, my sister, my brother up, okay? My brother-in-laws. I get those 3 people signed up under me. If they all make an order of $100 or more that month, and I do too, and our grand total is $600, and I'll get $50 from doTERRA as a bonus. And then basically what you do is you duplicate that. So my mom, my brother, my sister, they sign 3 people up each. They all do the same thing. Then I'm going to get a $250 bonus. You duplicate it 1 more down. See how I said with the 3s, you get paid 3 over here in the fast start bonus. You're going to get 3 levels down in the Power 3 bonus. So you do that again. So the people that are on my second line, if I'm the green guy, the people that are in the brown section there, they all get 3 people to sign up, and they all spend at least $100. Someone spends a little bit more, a couple people do. So your overall team volume is $600. And I'm going to get a $1,500 bonus from doTERRA that month. So this can be pretty significant chunk of change. It takes a while to build this upright, and that's why when you really start sharing with somebody, you want to have somebody like me to help mentor you and help you to figure out how to set your tree up, we call it, because I've learned things to do and not to do, and just to help you kind of set that up the right way to try to get that team bonus. So that helps a lot. And then you also, with doTERRA, you get paid unilevel. So once a month, you're going to get paid depending on the overall volume of what's going on underneath you. On your first level, so if you're looking at that Power 3 thing, so anybody in your blue section, you get 2% of their orders. The second level, that brown section, you get 3%. Third time down, you get 5%. And then you'll go down 7 levels. And as you go down, the amount of money you get from each order actually increases, which is flip-flop from the way most people work their business. So it's nice because, as you can see with this Power 3 thing, as you go down and people underneath you are sharing with people, you just naturally get more people further down on your tree. So it looks like a Christmas tree. So down here at the bottom level, on that 7th level, you're getting 7%. So you're actually earning a whole lot more than if they flipped it and you had 7% on your first level and you got paid a little bit less as you went down. Also, what that's doing is that's encouraging you to help other people and to not hoard all the people for yourself. So I always am putting people underneath people to help kind of build the other person up that's sharing or interested in doing the business. I will place people underneath them to help build them up because it's going to benefit me and it's going to help them out too. So it's a win-win. The one thing you do want to know is if you're doing doTERRA and you want to earn income from sharing your oils and people signing up, you have to have an LRP order. You have to be in the LRP program, and you have to spend at least $100 every month. If you spend less than $100, then you're not going to get a check from doTERRA that month. The other thing that I've learned that I wasn't really quite understanding at first is you always, always, always want to have $100 or 100 PV, that personal volume, in your cart all the time. You place your order, just make sure you don't erase it. Make sure if you do switch things out, it's 100 PV, because your fast start bonuses are paid out weekly. So if you don't have $100 in there one week, you know, maybe your order that next month is $100, but it hadn't, your template didn't say that yet, you're going to miss out on that fast start bonus. So always keep 100 PV in your cart if you're doing doTERRA, kind of on the business side of things, if you're sharing. Okay, the other thing I wanted to point out is, like I said, some people can just share the oils and they make a little bit of money and it basically offsets the cost of their oils every month. So they can have this oil addiction. They could be a crazy oiler and they can have their oils paid for. Some people then find out that they can actually earn a lot of, like a decent amount of money. They can supplement their income or even replace their income. So there are certain ranks that people will kind of strive for as they're in the doTERRA business. Silver is going to be the first big rank that you get. On average, and this is from 2014, so it's 2018 now, so 4 years ago, the average earnings for a silver was $2,125 for 1 month. Gold is $4,600 a month. Diamond was $16,000 a month. Blue diamond was $36,500 a month, and the presidential diamond was $106,800 in 1 month. So you can see there's some potential to supplement and, really help out with your income and help out with your bills and getting out of debt and saving up some money and getting some of those things you want. And there's some potential to just totally flip your world upside down and really make the same amount of money or more money than you're making now in your current job. So really the possibilities are endless. It's all up to you and what you want to do. So like I said, sometimes people get into this business side of thing, the sharing the oils, accidentally. Sometimes people start out and they know from the get-go that they want to try to do this to make a little extra money to supplement, their income. So whatever it may be, if this is something that speaks to you, if you want to know more about it, reach out to me, reach out to maybe your mentor that's above you, and we'd be happy to help. So that being said, our next class is on Essential Science. It's the last of our 8 continuing ed classes. That's going to be next Friday. And thanks for being real patient with me with the holidays. Things got kind of chaotic, and I wasn't able to finish the 8 classes like I wanted to in December, but we're getting around to it. So Essential Science is next week, and that's where we get really sciencey for all the science nerds. We get real, talk about blending and how to properly blend the oils, and it'll be real interesting. So stay tuned for that. Go back and check out the other 6 classes that we've talked about already on online. You can watch them anytime you want to. And thanks for being with me today, and try to stay warm. All right. See you next week. Bye.